Hey Jonah, you do know that promoting the Dragon Ball Fighters tournament only works if you're wearing a costume related to Dragon Ball, right?
Not my fault. They don't have a costume of any of the Kyoto Dangers.
You don't have to dress up as an animal, you know.
Yeah, you could have been Yamcha. You're about as useless.
You had better watch your tongue, Damon, or else you'll get what's coming to you.
Guys, walk first. Superpowered edgelord fight later.
Did you forget the worm break, or is your brain in those phones?
With the amount of time on our shift that we wasted because I had to stop you guys from killing each other, I don't think our bosses really think we deserve a break.
Well, this isn't my dimension, so if anyone comes by and bitches...
Because that doesn't make you come up with a selfish jackass.
If you want jackass, I'll give you jackass. I've always wanted to try fox meat.
Hey, how about we kill some time and not each other?
Oh, what do you have in mind?
I found a bad YouTube video that we can rip to shreds during our break. What do you guys say?
Sure, had nothing to do after since John Hex over there took me out of my dimension and got me roped into working here in the first place.
If it'll get Damon to stop annoying me, then sure.
So that's gonna happen.
Sweet, now let's start the...
Guys, your break's over.
What? He's your problem, not mine.
Now our target for this commentary goes by the name Realtalk with the Truth. He's a YouTuber who primarily just rants relating to video games and anime. And due to the three of us being the weeb trash that we are, we're hitting one of his anime-related rants.
More specifically, his video from June on Dragon Ball Super bitching about Universe 6, mainly the Saiyans, and a tiny bit about the show as a whole.
And before anybody mentions this, yes, we are well aware that a lot of stuff happened in Super after the video was made, as well as him making multiple videos about new Super information after the video we're covering. But he's shown little to no improvements in his rants after this one, so really, the fact that he's made other rants isn't going to be too important in the grand scheme of things. That said, we'll make sure that all information that we sort to counter as points is information that was available at the time of his video's release.
Now let's go ahead and start this super video.
Your puns are like your sex dungeon, old and rotten.
You never see it coming.
I do have a lot going on, but hopefully I'm able to put that out.
Really did it.
Yeah, enjoy the video.
Oh, congratulations! You've achieved the award of laziness by refusing to prevent the blending in of your intro with your audio. You win a puppy.
Anyways, this is complete shit. You let the audio of your intro overlap the mic audio and it sounds like garbage. Then again, the rest of your intro isn't much better. Funny, I thought I was watching a YouTube video, not a PowerPoint presentation.
Not to mention the logo just suddenly pops in, dissolves, and then you decide to just put it in again. I mean, it's fine if you want to have a logo be in your intro, but why have it dissolve in the first place if you're just going to have it appear again? You know that you can affect how long the text remains on screen, right?
You say that my mind is too fast for eyes.
Hey, you know what? Everyone is telling me, hey Nate, we had the first female Saiyans, we had the first female Super Saiyan,
Oh, hello there, blatant lack of retakes.
and now we have cauliflower, whatever that girl is.
Ooh, we also have a clear lack of any script or notes. I'm sure that won't have your video come off as a disorganized clusterfuck.
Kaya, whatever her name is, anyways, Broly with silicones. Silicones!
Jay, I wonder if this will be his main complaint with Kale's character. I sure do hope he doesn't say this over and over again in the video.
You're setting your hopes up way too high.
They said to me, Nate, this is groundbreaking. Why aren't you behind this? Because it's absolutely ridiculous. I absolutely hate Universe 6's Saiyans, okay? I hate their whole universe of Saiyans. You know why? Because they're sheep. They're sheep. Where's the Saiyan heritage? Where's the Saiyan... where's the tail?
Yeah, right, because Saiyans having tails was so important after the Saiyan saga. We all remember Goten and wait, never mind. We all remember Trunks from the wait, also never mind. Well, Vegeta's tail totally grew back from when he said it was... Oh, wait. No, never mind. You see where I'm going here?
Not to mention that the biology of the Universe 6 Saiyans have differences from that of the Universe 7 Saiyans, evident by how Kaba didn't even know that Saiyans had tails. Also, last I checked, not having a tail doesn't make people sheep.
Without the tail, then what's the difference between Earthlings and Saiyans?
Did you even look at what you edited in when you said this part? Universe 6 Saiyans are still capable of going Super Saiyan, and I'm pretty sure regular Earthlings can't do that. Unless you count Dragon Ball Online, but really, who the hell cares about that game?
Kirby, you're implying you watched this over. Anyway, even putting the Super Saiyan bit aside, the Saiyans would still just naturally be stronger. Another difference between the Earthlings and Saiyans.
You can deny that, the monkey form just makes them look ridiculous. It's part of Dragon Ball heritage. It's part of the Saiyan heritage. Look at this girl's cauliflower. Look at her design. She looks like some mystical belly dancer genie. Nothing to offer.
I want to see Caulifla apparently looking like a belly dancer, but now you're not showing her where it would actually be appropriate.
What are you implying, Kirby? You got a belly dancer fetish or something?
I'm gonna get you fired for this.
Anyway, nothing to offer. I mean, up to this point in time, Khalifa didn't have that much screen time. It's possible for her to offer more in later episodes, you know. Character development. It exists. Closing isn't the only thing a character can offer, you know.
And I hate Cabbage. I keep calling him Cabbage, but whatever. I hate Cabbage. Look at him. Skinny, runt. He's just a skinny runt. I don't understand why people even like that. His design is silly. Why is he wearing that armor? No one else is wearing it.
So you hate Kaba, not for anything related to his personality or development, but because you don't like his design. That reaches a whole new power level of stupidity.
This was touched on a bit earlier with Caulifla, but judging a character based on design alone is stupid because not only are you completely ignoring the personality of Kaba that exists in the show, but it's also borderline disrespectful to the writers. But hey, at least he doesn't treat people like shit any further than that, right?
You see that? Where did he even get it from?
Wait, I thought we were talking about Kaba, not Kale. Unless Kaba is trans. Or you were too lazy to actually see if you were using the right images. That works too.
Why is he wearing that armor if no one else is wearing it? No other Saiyan is wearing that armor.
And from what I can tell, neither is Kaba.
In case we haven't made this clear enough already, if you're going to show an image to refer to something, try actually looking at the screen when you edit. It's kinda important.
As for why he's wearing that armor, that was the armor for the Saiyan soldiers worn in Universe 7 before Frieza drafted their race into his forces. And since Universe 6 didn't have that draft, no reason to change up the armor. Granted, that being a reason for why something exists doesn't mean you can't have a problem with it, but seeing as how you gave literally no reason for why the armor looks bad, I see no reason to take this point seriously.
And as for why Kaba is the only one wearing the armor, Kaba's the only Universe 6 Saiyan shown so far to be a part of, or in the case of Renso, still a part of the Sadala Defense Force. One would expect someone in a Defense Force to wear armor. Kale and Caulifla, on the other hand, aren't part of the Defense Force. They're part of a punk gang, so odds are they wouldn't have access to the armor.
And now we got this female Broly. What a disgrace!
You know, with constantly calling Kale female Broly, I'm beginning to wonder if he thinks being a legendary Super Saiyan is the only part of Kale's character.
Remember, personality and character development / chemistry give Realtalk nothing to offer.
What a disgrace! If you can make Bardock canon by making this stupid little movie that Toriyama did, wasn't creative. Bardock just got blasted to the past and he ended up becoming, Samurai Jack. Funny reference.
Okay, first off, your memes are trash.
Pot calling Cuttle much?
Second, because it's a movie, Bardock is canon. Can not compute! Ah!
Ignoring Foul Jonah for a second,
Oh, screw you.
I'd like to point out the obvious by stating that Toriyama didn't even write the episode of Bardock special to begin with. The special that Toriyama made Bardock canon in his manga was from 1990, where he wasn't sent back into the past. Which, by the way, also wasn't written by Toriyama. Even then, you couldn't even get the special right. How do you do that?
You're done.
But now, this female Broly just makes me sick. Why can't you just make Broly canon? You could have done that. It would have been easy too.
Yeah, it's so easy to just drag a character from a movie during the C era, explain who he is, explain why he didn't show up until now, make him an actual character and not a powerhouse who just screams Goku's name. All that while trying to keep the pacing of the arc stable in comparison to just introducing a new character and giving her this power-up without having to mangle the story/character element of the show, right?
Not to mention that Broly himself is a polarizing character, with several fans believing that he's too overexposed for his own good. Suddenly becoming a canon villain out of nowhere would make the problem countless fans have with him even worse than before.
But no, has to be a female. What goes through Toriyama's mind at night? He saw the Broly movie and the first thing pops off in his head, he should have some tits on him. Like, what the freak? Why are you thinking like that? Is this punishment? Is this to demasculize Broly?
Demasculize Broly. You've got to be freaking kidding me. You cannot be this utterly hopeless. How is it in any way doing that? Kale's berserker form is still able to completely decimate her opponent, and its freakishly large muscles as you showed in your own freaking images. And implying that Toriyama didn't demasculize Broly, you idiot! May I remind you that what happens to Carol has literally no influence on Broly whatsoever?
Calm down, Jonah. We don't need you going feral on us again. We still have the rest of the video to finish after all.
Finish the video? I'll finish you before more feral joke is made.
Is that a threat?
Hey, let's skip ahead in the video a bit.
Why is he doing this stupid stuff?
I like how he hasn't given a single reason for why Kale is a bad idea beyond her having a vagina.
Jay, it's almost as if he judges characters by what they look like alone.
He would fit in great with modern PokeTubers.
That implies he would actually explain why the design looks bad.
You haven't watched many PokeTubers, have you, Kirby?
Toriyama is not a genius. I think we had it all wrong. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, he just had a team that understood him and a team that kept him in line.
You sure seem certain that Toriyama's completely unrestricted, cause you know, you're totally aware of what's going on during the production of Super.
Because now we're seeing Toriyama, and you guys won't be like, oh no, it's Toei Animation's fault too. Toriyama still has weight to his name. If he don't like what they're doing, he can always get up and walk away. But no, he's all for the ride because why? He's milking this thing. He's milking it, and you DBZ YouTubers are just slobbering it on his knob. It is ridiculous. It's disgusting.
Congratulations, your joke has evolved into an asshole. Press B to blow him up. Okay, seriously though, now you're just downright insulting other people who really have nothing to do with the topic at hand.
As for all of the other Dragon Ball tubers slobbering over Toriyama's dick, no. Even from people who like Super, several of them have criticized stuff that Super did that they view as stupid.
Cauliflower got the Super Saiyan ×2, dang it! So fast! Faster than Trunks and Goten when Super Saiyan. This is stupid. You don't skip like that.
For once, I agree with you. I also feel that Caulifla unlocked Super Saiyan 2 way too fast. And you still find ways to screw up. She didn't skip. She went to Super Saiyan 1 and then went to Super Saiyan 2.
Where's the growth? Where's the weight?
I like how you're acting as if it was a requirement prior to Caulifla that to first turn Super Saiyan there needs to be a huge emotional moment for the Saiyan, but acknowledge Goten and Kid Trunks a couple of seconds ago. Cause they sure had to go through a ton of growth to become Super Saiyans, right guys?
This is also ignoring how Goku and Vegeta got Super Saiyan 2 off screen by training in between the Cell Saga and Buu Saga. What was the wait for that? Or did you forget that happened in the series?
You never see it coming.
Just no. All you have to do is put all the keys in your back and hunch over and no, I don't want to hear it.
So, like, are we going to completely ignore the fact that when Kale actually tried the tingly back thing for the first time she failed? And making this sound far easier than the anime shows it to be.
I don't want to hear this whole, oh wait, Nate, this is a different universe. They're more evolutionized. They're more complex. No, they're not. They're not.
You still there, bud?
Because if they were, how come? Okay? How come do their Super Saiyans look the same as Earth? As Universe 7 Super Saiyans?
I mean, they're still the same race. They're all Saiyans. Just say it.
Anyway, just because there are similarities between them and the Universe 7 Saiyans, that doesn't mean they can't have differences genetically. Half Saiyans have different genes than full-blooded Saiyans, but the Super Saiyan forms of Half Saiyans look pretty much the same as the Super Saiyan forms of Full Saiyans. Oh, come on, guys. If you kill each other, I'll have to do 3 times the work.
But Nate, what are you trying to say there? Look, Beerus didn't even know what Super Saiyan was. He was like, where's the Super Saiyan God? So, you would think Universe 6, their Super Saiyan would look totally different.
That
Makes
No! We're not doing this stupid finish each other's sentence thing.
not knowing about the existence of Super Saiyans wouldn't mean Universe 6 Super Saiyans look different. Where's the correlation in what you just said?
So just like the rest of this video, this is completely irrelevant. Huge surprise.
Then what we got was Universe 7. If they're so advanced, look at them. If they're so advanced, look at them. Why do they look like that? They're scrawny, they're linky, they look more, they look more barbaric.
You do know what barbaric means, right? Savagely cruel, unsophisticated, brutal. I honestly can't see how any other of the Universe 6 Saiyans can be seen as that. Heck, you said yourself that the Saiyans are scrawny.
And even if you meant barbaric as in primitive, their designs don't even look all that primitive to begin with. We got armor for Kaba, a tank top and skirt for Kale, and baggy pants for the belly dancer Caulifla. So question, how is it primitive exactly?
Also, scrawny apparently equals primitive. Okay then, guess that means that people in real life who are scrawny are apparently primitive.
They look more barbaric. Heck, what's his name? Cabbage is the only one wearing armor. The other girl, she looks like a, what's her name, Cauliflower? She looks like a freaking belly dancer.
Wow, I swear we've heard that before. We're trapped in the Izanami or something.
No, we're just expecting Realtalk to not repeat himself.
I love a genie. I heard genie or whatever garbage that show was. And you got Broly with tits over there. That's the only why people care about that loser.
Don't you just love it when people project the reason why people like a character onto others? I know I do.
You say that my mind is too fast for eyes.
And these DBZ retards, like Seth the Programmer. Hello, Seth. I know you still watch my videos from time to time. I seen your Android 18 rant in the debunk. I see that your fans start to turn on you.
Well, this just came out of nowhere. I know this video is unscripted, but for the love of comedy, switching topics this badly causes enough whiplash to make somebody a masochist.
Even when DBZ characters win on Death Battle, you still complain.
Well, analyzing is still a thing, observing the battles themselves and pointing out any flaws in the research or battle. Anyway, since it looks like the rest of the video is gonna be complaining about stuff unrelated to what he's ranting about, I think we're done here.
You know, I'll play along.
Oh, well, you guys have fun with that. I'll go home.
Fuck that, you're not going anywhere. If Kirby and I are still going to be subjected to this, so are you, so sit your fluffy ass down.
So, the video that you brought up is Android 18 versus Captain Marvel. Let's talk about that, since whether or not a DBZ fan would be happy that a character from DBZ won, they can still have issues with research errors that Death Battle made. Primarily, how they made Android 18 capable of absorbing energy like Androids 19 and 20, even though she can't do that. And, fun fact, that's one of Seth's points against the Death Battle.
It is never stated or implied that 17 or 18 can absorb energy like the way 19 or 20 can. And I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of fucking obvious because they don't have a fucking red zit on their hands.
Legitimate errors in research are worth pointing out, and considering how even Ben Singer of Death Battle himself admitted to the mistake, I think that's a sign that DBZ fans criticizing a Death Battle where a DBZ character wins isn't as pointless as you make it out to be.
He's still complaining. Because why? He has nothing better to do. All he does is debunk videos. He's gotten to the point where he can't make any original content anymore. Okay? He can't make any original content because no one would give a crap about his content.
Yeah, all he does is make debunking videos, which is why he has content like versus battles, discussion videos about series outside of Dragon Ball, the Stronger Than You Think videos. Oh, and speaking of those videos, if all he did was debunking videos because no one would watch his content if he did anything else, explain why the non-debunking videos Seth put out that came out prior to this round are either on par or even higher in terms of viewership and reception with his debunking videos. Actually, there's a future title for Seth, Why Realtalk Stupidity is Greater Than You Think.
Dragon Ball Super is doing a worse job than GT. And you know why? You know why it's so bad? You know why it's so worse than GT? Because Toriyama is the driving force behind all of this.
Let's not make any comparisons about the two shows' writing, fight scenes, characters, things that are actually signs of a shonen's quality. It's assumption that nobody's keeping Toriyama in check is the reason why Super is worse than GT. It's one of the weakest reasons you could give for why Super is bad. In fact, for almost all of the video, your reasons for why something in Super is bad is that it hasn't given you what you want, which is utterly pathetic.
Well, I think it's a good time to get to our final thoughts, and holy shit, this was awful. I covered another bad video that criticized Super, and honestly thought that was the worst video about the show I ever saw. But to give Swag Kage credit, he at least gave a shit about basic presentation, he at least tried to make his points be coherent, he at least knew what basic words meant. Your video, on the other hand, was the equivalent of watching a drunk man make a rant over things that he didn't even understand. I would know, I actually had that happen to me on a college trip once. It was a disorganized mess with hardly anything of substance said, but if I could give you credit, it can be pretty funny to see just how badly your video falls apart.
I'm gonna have to disagree with Kirby Star about your video being so bad it's funny. I found your video to be so bad it's pitiful. Your editing is probably the worst I've ever seen with what you say not correlating to the images shown, just randomly plopping in images no matter how unfitting they are at points. And that's really sad, because putting in images of a piece of footage is some of the most basic editing to do, and you still screw it up. You go off topic to just diss other people, which once again makes you come up as a major asshole. Your points may as well be non-existent. Honestly, you have nothing more to say than actually try to put some effort into your videos, as right now I can say the animators of Super Episode 5 put more effort in than you.
To say that this video was a mess would be the nicest way of putting it, but instead of rehashing what the demon god and sex symbol stated, I want to tackle a potential counter-argument someone might bring up. That this guy is trolling. Here's the thing, ignoring how the only real indication of that is that he's acting like a fucking idiot, which is pretty shitty trolling I got to say, does him being a troll negate anything we said to counter him? No. Not to mention that there are people who are fans of his who believe he made a good argument, so even if he was a troll, I'd say there's still some worth in debunking him. And if he isn't a troll and just won't listen to us, oh the fuck well. He can go cry to his Broly plush for all I care. So yeah, that's all I got.
Now, Solar, remember when you said I'm not going anywhere? Well, you're not going anywhere from this spot. I'm sending you straight to hell.
Cool, What? Never said I hated war.
You just...
Come on, you're the guy who made that belly dancer remark earlier.
I quit. Seriously, why would he talk with his mouth full?